Hi, I'm Erin Gough McDaniel. I'm a 1998 graduate of Newton High School, and I'm very honored to be one of this year's Newton High School Distinguished Alumni honorees. Growing up in Newton, I knew from about the age of 13 or 14 that I wanted to be a journalist when I grew up. I distinctly remember writing in Mrs. Hoheisel's seventh grade English class that in 20 years I would be a famous journalist and married to Harry Connick Jr. So I had big dreams. I had a wonderful journalism teacher at Newton High School, Mary Ann McLeod. She put up with a lot of shenanigans from us, but she also taught us about the value of journalism in a society. She showed us all the president's men, and she encouraged us, even as high school students, to think of ourselves in that noble tradition of journalists seeking truth and upholding a free society. I went on to study journalism at the University of Kansas, and then I went on to work at the Lawrence Journal World and the Wichita Eagle newspapers as a copy editor and designer. In 2005, I got the opportunity to come to work for the City of Newton as the Public Information Officer. I had never planned or expected to work in local government, but I'm still here almost 19 years later, and I continue to learn new things and get excited about new projects and challenges. In my role with the city, I get to do so many cool and meaningful things. I get to use the skills that I learned in journalism for information gathering and storytelling to try to inform and educate the public about what's happening in their local government and in their community. I've also been really privileged over the years to be able to serve in volunteer roles with a number of really amazing local organizations. And it's been especially rewarding to me to be able to work alongside others to build up my hometown and try to make it a better place. I'm raising my own daughter now in Newton Public Schools, and I'm so grateful to all the people in Newton who are working every day to make this a better place to live and work and grow up. Um, I'd like to thank Newton High School for opening the doors to me and setting me on such a wonderful path. I'd like to thank my mentors and friends, both in journalism and in public service, who have helped me along the way, encouraged me, and helped me grow. And I'd like to thank my amazing fellow public communicators, Carly Stavola and Kyle McCaskey, for nominating me for this award. There are so many Newton High School alums who are doing amazing work throughout the world. So this is truly an honor. Thank you.
I'm extremely honored, grateful, and very humbled to receive the Distinguished Alumni Award from the USD 373 Education Endowment Committee. Thanks to the committee for this award, and thanks also to Liz Ariano Kane for submitting the nomination for me to receive this. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would get an award for doing what I thought was always the right thing, which was to help people and to build community. In high school, I was a swimmer. I was on the staff with the school newspaper. And after graduation, I went on to Kansas State, majoring in botany, thinking I wanted to become a landscape architect. But nope, that was not for me, I quickly realized. And so my sophomore year, I transferred to Bethel, and I changed my major to social work. I wanted to help serve people. I wanted to help build community. And I wanted to focus my career efforts on social justice, making sure that people had what they needed to be healthy. I had some great mentors at Bethel, got a great education in social work, and had the chance to work at a community-based organization focusing on social justice and domestic violence. That was what I needed to ensure that the rest of my career was going to be focused on serving people. So I took a position with the YMCA of Oklahoma City and then later moved to Fort Worth with the YMCA. And our efforts were solely focused on building healthy individuals, families, and communities. I did that through nonprofit administration, but also developing programs to meet community needs. But in 1986, I had tested positive for HIV, and it took me a while to accept that diagnosis, but it also made me realize that I wanted to work in the public health field and help people living with HIV. So I took a position with the Tarrant County Health Department in Fort Worth, Texas, focused on serving people living with HIV through a federal program called the Ryan White Program. In 2000, I moved to Washington, D.C., where I focused my work on helping health departments build systems of care for people living with HIV. That was really rewarding work for me, but I also wanted to focus on combating stigma and changing the narrative about what it means to live with HIV. HIV isn't the same as it was when it first was discovered. We now have very good medications that keep people healthy and allow people to remain living with the disease and not have complications. So I moved to an organization called the Undetectable Equals Untransmittable campaign, or the U equals U campaign. Undetectable equals untransmittable means that if someone is living with HIV and taking their medications, and if they achieve an undetectable viral load, which means that the level of virus in the bloodstream is so low that it can't be detected by lab tests, then those individuals no longer can transmit HIV to their sexual partners. That's revolutionary. It changes people's lives when they learn that they don't have to worry about transmitting HIV to someone else. And so that position rounded out my career. Last year, I stepped down from that role. I didn't retire, but I'm shifting my efforts to individual consulting focused on really impactful work that will change the narrative about people living with HIV, as well as ensure that people no longer have to experience what many people have experienced. I've been very privileged throughout my life and have had access to great medical care, but not everyone is in the same situation. And so that's what I want to change. I want to thank everyone for this award, particularly Nancy I. Schloop and Charlene Kerner-Virthaler, who have been rocks and support for me. They're alumni of Newton High. I want to thank my sister, Diana Rayome, my parents, Karen and Larry Penner, and my children, Chance and Bailey. Thank you for this award, and I'm honored to receive it.